Hello, my name is Tony from DNA, and today is my first Wonderkid video. The position we're looking at first is goalkeeper, and the player we're looking at first is James Trafford on his way to Burnley at the start of the game. Starts at Man City, then gets transferred if you're doing real world straight to Burnley. If you look at his attributes, not the best, but in the future, he becomes a really good player. Wonderkid, stroke, he's 20 years of age. Wonderkid, stroke, a really good player for the future. Like I say, his attributes, nothing special. His potential is only 3.5 star. But when we look at him in the future, like I said, he looks a lot better. And definitely, if he doesn't perform at Burnley, pick him up in your save. So let's take a look at him in the future. And this is what he looks like in the future. Looks amazing. His attributes are all gone up, especially his balance and jump and reach. It would have gone up even more when I show you what we're going to show you in a second. His value now between 22 33 million. He now plays for Aston Villa, but if you look at his history, he didn't get a game hardly at Burnley and they sold him for 1.6 million. So if he doesn't play at Burnley in a year or two, pick him up for sure because he's going to be a bargain price of 1.6 million. And then he's playing games, a game after game, and then he gets sold to Blackburn for 5 million, and then he goes to Villa for 25 million. He just needs games, and I think if you would have played him at the start of Burnley, he would have been even better than this. What a waste. Selling him for 1.6 million. It seems absolutely stupid. Definitely a player to pick up. Like I say, leave it a year or two, wait to Burnley to try and sell him on the cheap and pick him up. That's the first player. And now let's look at the second player. We have Charlie Setford, another Englishman, an Englishman abroad. He plays for Ajax. He's 19 years of age. He's had no England under 21 caps so far. His attributes don't look all that, but he gets a lot better in the future. Believe me, he's valued between 900k and 8.6 million at the start of the game. But how much would he cost you at the start? Well, let's take a look. It will cost around about 5.5 million. 5.5 million. I've done it a little bit less than they do some add-ons and percentage of fees and stuff. But 5.5 million, that's not a bad price considering what it looks like in the future. And now take a look at his attributes. Tell me 5.5 million's not worth it. He's definitely worth it. Area reach of 17, kicking 16, anticipation 16. He plays for Crystal Palace. He's valued now between 35 and 52 million. We take a look at his history of his... He went on the free transfer. This is absolutely bonkers. They let him go on the free and then went to final for 11 million, then went to Crystal Palace later on for 36 million. He went on the free. So... keep an eye out for him because you might be able to get him for nothing after a couple of seasons. That's number 2. Let's get on to number 3. It's Dennis Seimen. He's 17 years of age. He's German. He was on last year's Wonderkids list and he's on this year's Wonderkids list because he's still a Wonderkid. He looks phenomenal. His attributes at the start of the game at 17 years of age is incredible. Pick him up straight away. 14.5 million, 722 million he's worth. He plays for Stuttgart in Germany. How much, if you want to try and get him straight away at the start of the game, how much will he cost you? I've done this a couple of times. It's roughly around about 22 million. You can try and get him a little bit cheaper, but there's a load of add-ons and stuff. 22 million is not a bad price. I know he's 17 years of age and he might not play straight away for you. You might have to loan him out for a couple of seasons. But in the future, he looks phenomenal. Let's take a look. And he really does look phenomenal. His attributes now are through the roof. His value is through the roof, 69 million to 105 million, and he now plays for a little club called Real Madrid. Not bad at all. They did pay 50 million for him. No, they didn't, because Bayer Leverkusen bought him for 35.5 million, and then he went for 50 million, which 50 million for Real Madrid, that's an absolute bargain, because the guy is absolutely phenomenal. That's number 3. Let's check out number 4 on the list. We've got the Dutch keeper that plays for Brighton in the Premier League. It is Bart Verbruggen. Hopefully that's how you say it. He's 20 years of age. Like I say, he's Dutch. His value at the start of the game is a lot, 45 to 57 million. But his attributes already at 20 years of age are very, very good. How much will he cost you at the start of the game? Well, it's a lot of money already. I would say, like the others, maybe wait a little bit. 51 million, 62 million. They want a lot. 57 million, the top end of it, but that sort of player, you're going to need to wait a year or two, and hopefully he doesn't perform very well at Brighton, and you can pick him up, and then you have the real good player later on in the future. Let's check out what he looks like in the future. And he's got Even better, his attributes are just phenomenal. We know he's got 81 caps for Holland. Value between 89 and 110 million. Picking him up for 60 odd million. Oh, I'd still have to wait a little bit. At least wait a season before you put an offer in for him. But he is definitely worth it when you look at them, those attributes. It's amazing. History-wise, what happened? So he went to Brighton, then went for Wolfsburg for 45 million, then Bayern Munich for 59 million, which 45 million was not too bad. That, like I say, wait a couple of seasons, you can get him for a little bit less, and he's like a phenomenal keeper. Definitely one to pick up. On to the next one. We've got a French goalkeeper this time. He's 18 years of age. He plays for Toulouse, and his name is Guillaume. At the start of the game at 18, he also looks amazing, but the game already knows he's going to cost you a bit of money, 41 to 50 million. Let's check out, though, how much will he cost you? Will he cost us that much money? I think he will. Let's go 48. See if we can get just under the top end. 48. No, we can't. Unbelievable. You're going to have to go in for about 50 million, 52 million if you want him. He definitely looks worth it at the start of the game, and he's definitely worth it. 50 million plus 50.1 million. 50.1 million. But you most will be going to get him for a little bit less after a year or two. I think that is the thing to do. Wait a year or two and pick up these goalkeepers because they look amazing in the future. Let's check him out in the future. Well, he's got 51 caps for France. He's 28 now. He looks amazing. His attributes have all gone up. Really good composure, really good concentration, balance, pace, reflexes, throw-in, communication, vision of 19. So, like I said, he looks amazing. And he's valued between 82 and 103 million. And he plays in the Premier League for Arsenal. We check out his history. How much did they pay for him? Oh, you are joking me. A free transfer. A free transfer. Don't get me wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had to wait a few years. They had to wait a few years to get him on a free. But, god damn, that is an absolute bargain and a half. He's just phenomenal. Definitely one. These goalkeepers are all Wonderkids. Very exceptional talent. Right. There's more to come. Let's get to the next one. And next up, we got a Ukrainian 21-year-old keeper called Anatoliy Trubin. Hopefully I say it. Like I say, 21. It looks very good at the start of the game. He's already got a pre-arranged transfer. He's going away to Benfica. And his value at the start of the game is 12.5 million to 19 million. But like I say, he's got a pre-arranged transfer. He's on his way to Benfica. So let's check him out, what he looks like in the future. And here we go again. Another one that looks amazing in the future. This one, I can't tell you how much he's worth because he's not for sale. But he does play for Liverpool now. He's 31 years of age. He's had 96 caps for the Ukraine. So if we take a look at his history, he went to Benfica. We already knew that was pre-arranged. He stayed there for quite a few years. Yeah, he was really good in goal. 33 appearances, only conceded 19. 34 appearances, only conceded 15. 33 appearances, only conceded 12 goals one season. He had really good seasons. And then he went to Liverpool for 57 million. And he's doing okay. Not quite as good as he was doing in Benfica, but he's doing okay. Another great Wonderkid to pick up. Get in there before Liverpool does. Right, on to the next one. Here we have a 19-year-old American that's got one cap already for the United States. He plays for Chelsea under 21s. His attributes don't look all that, and he's valued between 110k and 4.9 million, but he does already have a pre-arranged transfer, so he is going to be on his way out anyway. So we can't offer him, can't see how much he'll cost us. Let's take a look what he looks like in the future. And his future value now is 24 to 36 million. His attributes all gone up. His aerial reach is great. One-on-ones is great. Determination is great. Jump and reach is great. He's valued now between 24 and 36 million. He's got 89 caps now for America. What happened with his history? Let's take a look. So we know he already had a pre-arranged transfer. Where is he? And then, so it was only a pre-arranged loan transfer. And then went to Vigo on a free. Why is it all these goalkeepers seem to go on a free? And then the following season, they sold him to Borussia and Gladbach for 37 million. And he's not played very well. So I think they got a little bit stitched up there. But he's definitely one to pick up, especially if you can pick him up for a free. Another great goalkeeper. On to the next one. And this is the last player. He's 19 years of age. He's German. Jonas Urbig plays in Germany for Cologne. Looks amazing at the start of the game. Like I say, he's 19 years of age, value between 200k and 2 million. He already had a pre-arranged transfer, so you won't be able to buy him at the start of the game. Let's take a look what he looks like in the future. Another one that looks amazing in the future and value-wise, 48 million. Plays for Watford now. He's 29 years of age. And like I said, at the start of the game, he was pretty cheap. I know he had a pre-arranged transfer, but he looked like he was going to be pretty cheap. So another year or two, but you'd be able to pick him up for a bargain. But let's look at his history. How much did Watford pay for him? So he was pretty cheap. So he went in 27-28 season for 4.1 million. He was out on loan when we looked at him. That was the pre-arranged transfer, was a loan transfer. Then they got sold on 4.1 million, like I said. And then Watford paid 22.5 million for him. And he's played 15 appearances and conceded 25 goals. Yeah. But honestly, he is a very good goalkeeper. If anything else, he's got value in him. He's got value in him. Right. Thank you so much for watching this. I do really appreciate it. And if you could do me the biggest favour and leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't done already, that would be amazing. If you want to support the channel, you can buy some football shirts in the link in the description below or become a Patreon if I can get the words out. And if there's a goalkeeper you think I've missed, leave it in the description below because this might need another video. Thank you again, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'll see you then.